Good afternoon to you. In the last class, I had discussed the method of measurement of self-inductance. So first method is Maxwell's inductance bridge. So there is some demerit in the Maxwell's inductance bridge. That means due to in the Maxwell's inductance bridge, we have measured the unknown inductance in terms of other variable inductance. So there is a chance of mutual inductance between the unknown inductance and variable inductance. So there is a error due to a mutual inductance between the two inductors. So next one is a Maxwell's inductance capacitance bridge. So in this method, we have measured unknown inductance in terms of variable capacitance, and but Maxwell's inductance bridge. Hello, but Maxwell's inductance bridge is only applicable for the measurement of self-inductance. Hello, I am audible to you?
Yes, sir.
So Maxwell's inductance capacitance bridge is only applicable for the measurement of inductance having a quality factor more than 10. So for a low quality factor, it's not applicable, because what is quality factor? Quality factor is equal to omega L by R of any inductance. So it is one of the electrical property. So the measurement of self inductance we have classified on the basis of quality factor of the coil. So for the low quality factor coil, that means quality factor from 1 to 10, we use Hay bridge. So Hay bridge is a modification of Maxwell's bridge. Again, we are measuring inductance, self inductance in terms of capacitor. Okay. So, and Hay bridge is applicable for the measurement of inductance. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hay bridge is applicable for the measurement of inductance having quality factor more than 10. Sorry, Maxwell's inductance capacitance bridge is used for a low quality factor of coil. That means the coil having quality factor from 1 to 10, and for higher value of 10, higher value of quality factor, that means if the quality factor is greater than 10, then we use Hay bridge for the measurement of self inductance. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So अगर हम लोग को लो क्वालिटी वेक्टर का, that means 1 से 10 का अगर है, तो कौन सा ब्रिज यूज करेंगे? अगर एक कॉइल का quality factor vary from 1 to 10, which bridge is used for the measurement of self inductance?
For Maxwell induction capacitance bridge.
Very good. If the coil having quality factor more than 10, then which bridge?
Sir, Hay bridge.
Now the fourth one is a measurement of self inductance is called Anderson bridge. What called Anderson bridge? So in bridge, this bridge is a modification of Maxwell's inductance capacitance bridge. Okay, in this method, self inductance is measured in terms of standard capacitor. Okay, and this method is applicable for the use of measurement of self inductance over a wide range of the quality factor. So what is the difference between the Maxwell's inductance bridge and Hay bridge in the circuit diagram? Hello. In Maxwell's inductance bridge, there is one variable capacitor with variable resistance in the fourth arm. Yes or no? But here there is a triangular structure of a fourth arm. That means there is one capacitor C, a standard capacitor, known capacitor, and there is one variable resistance, and there is one constant resistance R4. Yes or no? So that means Anderson bridge is a modification of Maxwell's inductance bridge. Okay. So that means in Maxwell's inductance capacitance bridge, a variable capacitor is replaced by a variable resistance. Yes or no? So and Maxwell's inductance capacitance bridge only useful for the measurement of low quality factor, but Anderson bridge is useful for the measurement of wide range of the quality factor. I will discuss the quality range of the quality factor that is used for the measurement of Anderson using the Anderson bridge. So the circuit diagram indicates, suppose L1 is the unknown self-inductance having internal resistance of R1, and there is one variable resistance small r1 in series with the unknown inductance. Okay, so R1 is R1 resistance, variable resistance connected in series with the inductor. Small r resistance, R2, R3 and R4 resistance are known non-inductive inductance, and C is the fixed standard capacitance. Yes or no? So those are the name of the different resistance and capacitor. So now if you go through the basic, if the bridge is balanced, so at the balanced condition there is no current flowing through the galvanometer. So again I1 is equal to, that means the I1 is the current through the first arm, and I3 is the current through third arm. So if the bridge is balanced, there is no current flowing through the galvanometer or detector. So I1 is equal to I3, and now current through the second arm, that means the I2, have two parts, that means IC and I4. Yes or no? So again, at balanced condition, there is no current flowing through the galvanometer. So IC is flowing through the variable resistance small r, and then standard capacitor C. And finally, meet at terminal C. So that means I2 is equal to IC plus IR. Any doubt? Hello? Any doubt?
No, sir.
No. So please tell me, at a balanced condition, voltage drop across B and C is equal to voltage drop across capacitor. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Voltage drop across R3 resistance is equal to voltage drop across capacitor at balanced condition. Yes
Yes,
or no?
sir.
That
Yes,
means
sir.
I1 into R3, because I1 is equal to I3. Then I1, then you can say that voltage drop across B and C is equal to I1 into R3 is equal to IC into impedance of capacitance. What is the impedance of the capacitor? 1 by j omega c. Yes or no?
Yes,
So you
sir.
can say that IC is equal to I1 into j omega c into R3. Any doubt?
No, sir.
No. Again, at balanced condition, voltage drop between terminal A and B must be equal to voltage drop across AD plus voltage drop across variable resistance small r. Yes or no? At balance condition, voltage drop across that means node A and B, okay, is equal to voltage drop across R2 plus voltage drop across variable resistance small r. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then at a balance equation, that means I1 is equal to small r1 plus capital R1 plus j omega L1. Yes or no? And in the second part, I2 into R2 plus IC into R. What is IC? Capacitor current flowing through the variable resistance plus capacitor standard resistance C, standard capacitance C. So if you equate, that means again we have to put the value of IC is equal to from the equation number 1. That means IC is equal to I1 into j omega C R3. So I1 into R1 plus capital R1 plus j into omega L1 is equal to I2 into R2, and IC is replaced by the I1 into j omega C R3. Okay. So from the equation, if you that term shift in the left hand side, then it becomes I1 bracket start small r1 plus capital R1 plus j omega L1 minus j omega R3 into R is equal to I2 into R2. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Again, hello.
Yes, sir.
Again, so small, if the bridge is balanced, so you can say that there is no current flowing between the B point and interconnection between the capacitance and variable resistance. That means voltage drop across small r plus voltage drop across capacitor must be equal to voltage drop across R4. Yes or no? Because variable resistance small r and standard resistance standard capacitance C are in series and then parallel with the R4. Yes or no? Any doubt?
सर एक बार फिर से बताइए ना.
When the bridge is balanced, जब ब्रिज बैलेंस रहेगा तो कोई करंट इधर फ्लो करेगा क्या?
No, sir.
नो. दैट मींस यहाँ पे ध्यान दो, ये दोनों यहाँ पर जो वोल्टेज ड्रॉप होगा प्लस यहाँ पे जो वोल्टेज ड्रॉप होगा, इस दोनों का समेशन वोल्टेज ड्रॉप अक्रॉस R4 के बराबर होना चाहिए. क्योंकि यहाँ पे सोचो ये बिकॉज ये जो रेजिस्टेंस है स्मॉल r एंड ये जो कैपेसिटेंस है ये दोनों सीरीज में है, उसके बाद पैरेलल में है. किसके पैरेलल में है? R4 के पैरेलल में है. सो वोल्टेज ड्रॉप अक्रॉस R स्मॉल r प्लस वोल्टेज ड्रॉप अक्रॉस कैपेसिटर मस्ट बी इक्वल टू वोल्टेज ड्रॉप अक्रॉस R4. क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो करंट आएगा वो डिवाइड हो रहा है. ये जो I करंट आ रहा है वो IC इधर चला गया, R4 इधर चला गया एंड दोनों मीट करके यहाँ पर मीट कर गया है पॉइंट C. सो अगेन IC is equal to IC into small r plus 1 by j omega C is equal to IC minus I2 minus IC. What current flowing through the R4? IC current flowing through this branch, then the net current I2 minus IC current flowing through the R4. Any doubt? What is the value of I4? I4 is equal to I2 minus IC.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so at the balance condition, IC into R plus 1 by j omega C is equal to I2 minus IC into R4. Any doubt? Again, we replace IC by I1 into j omega C R3. So finally, if you so there is one term IC, so IC is replaced by I1 into j omega C R3. Bracket start, small r plus 1 by j omega C. Any doubt? Any doubt?
सर एक बार डायग्राम में दिखाई ना, थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज हो रहे हैं
Yes.
सर। अभी अभी जो आप बैलेंस कंडीशन में आप बोली ना, फर्स्ट टाइम में जो हुआ E1 इज इक्वल टू E2 हो गया, और ये सेकंड टर्म में कर रहे हैं तो E3 इज इक्वल टू E4 होना
नहीं
चाहिए ना।
यार, तुम नहीं वो गलत, वो ये ब्रिज सिंपल ब्रिज नहीं है। तो E1 इज इक्वल टू E2 होगा एंड E3 इज इक्वल टू E4 होगा। यहाँ पे तुमको बेसिक फॉर्मूला से जाना पड़ेगा। देखो सबसे पहले यहाँ पे ध्यान दो, सबसे पहले ध्यान दो कि जब ब्रिज बैलेंस रहेगा, है ना, सो बी से लेकर ये जो पॉइंट है, सपोज ये पॉइंट को एक्स मान लेते हैं ना, सो बी से लेकर एक्स के बीच में गैल्वेनोमीटर लगा है या डिटेक्टर लगा हुआ है, यस और नो?
यस सर, यस सर।
तो उसके बीच में कोई करंट फ्लो नहीं करना चाहिए।
नहीं।
ओके, सो जब ब्रिज बैलेंस होगा तो अब E1 इज इक्वल टू E2 नहीं होगा, या इसके क्रॉस वोल्टेज ड्रॉप इक्वल टू इसके क्रॉस वोल्टेज ड्रॉप प्लस इसके क्रॉस का वोल्टेज ड्रॉप, ये दोनों समेशन बराबर होगा, तब तो ये इस पॉइंट के बीच में वोल्टेज ड्रॉप जो होगा वो जीरो होगा, वोल्टेज डिफरेंस जो होगा वो जीरो होगा। सो यहाँ पर क्या होगा, E1 इज इक्वल टू E2 प्लस IC into R. Any doubt?
E1 is equal to E2 plus
IC into R.
yes sir।
And second condition, E3 is equal to E4 के पास मत जाओ। E3 is equal to क्या होगा, E3 is equal to voltage drop across capacitor.
yes sir।
Yes or no?
yes sir, yes sir।
Okay. And जब ब्रिज बैलेंस है, जब उधर से करंट नहीं जा रहा है, यहाँ पर इस दोनों के बीच में जो वोल्टेज ड्रॉप होगा वो R4 के वोल्टेज ड्रॉप के बराबर आएगा।
yes sir।
क्योंकि दो पैरेलल पाथ है, सो जब उसमें हमारा करंट जा रहा है तो जस्ट हम तुमको हाँ, तो जो जब दो पैरेलल रेजिस्टेंस रहता है या दो पैरेलल इंपीडेंस रहता है तो उसके बीच का वोल्टेज ड्रॉप क्या होता है,
इक्वल होता है।
वोल्टेज ड्रॉप इक्वल होता है। दैट मींस इन बिटवीन द टर्मिनल सी एंड सम टर्मिनल डी हमारा एक पैरेलल पाथ क्या है, R4, एंड दूसरा पैरेलल पाथ है R प्लस C। यस और नो? बिकॉज
Yes.
यहाँ से जो करंट जा रहा है, IC करंट जा रहा है, वो तो उधर नहीं जाएगा, वो तो फाइनली कैपेसिटर होते हुए रिटर्न हो जाएगा।
तो सर स्मॉल आर और सी तो सीरीज पे हो गया ना सर।
स्मॉल R एंड C जो है वो सीरीज में है, उसके
हाँ,
बाद वो
दोनों
R4 के साथ पैरेलल में।
हाँ हाँ yes
तो
sir।
वही तो हम लोग यहाँ पे यूज किए हैं, यहाँ पे हम लोग वही तो यूज किए हैं कि वोल्टेज ड्रॉप अक्रॉस स्मॉल r क्या होगा, IC into R।
IC to R plus
IC into 1 by G omega C।
yes sir।
तो देखो IC
yes.
into R plus 1 by omega C, एंड यहाँ पर करंट कितना होगा, R4, दैट मींस R4 is equal to I2 minus IC into R4। तो यहाँ पर एक इक्वेशन लिखें। एनी डाउट?
नो सर, नो सर।
नो। अगेन हम लोग यहाँ से IC को रिप्लेस किए बाय I1 into J omega C R3। सो फाइनली हमारे पास जो है इक्वेशन नंबर 1 एक इक्वेशन आया, I1 into j omega c R3 small r plus 1 j omega c R4 R3 plus R3 is equal to I2 into I4. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Now इक्वेशन नंबर 1 कहाँ है हमारा? इक्वेशन नंबर 1 आया था यहाँ पे,
I
and
will.
इक्वेशन नंबर, हेलो, यस,
Yes.
हेलो,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ओके. सो इक्वेशन नंबर 1 आया and equation number 2. So equation number 1 and 2, hello,
Yes, sir.
okay. So equation from equation number 1 and 2, देखो तो यहाँ पे कौन सा बराबर है? I, यहाँ पे क्या बराबर है?
I1 दोनों कैंसिल हो जाएगा.
यस, I1 कैंसिल हो जाएगा, मतलब हम लोग यहाँ पे क्या किए, R4 को यहाँ डिवाइड कर दो, तो यहाँ
Yes,
पे
sir.
क्या टर्म हो जाएगा, I2, और यहाँ पे R4 को डिवाइड कर दो, तो यहाँ क्या बचेगा, I2. सो दोनों इक्वेशन को इक्वेट कर सकते हैं. नहीं समझ में आया? हेलो.
हाँ, yes, sir.
So finally जब हम दोनों को इक्वेट किए, and if you equate the equating the real part and imaginary part, so finally
Yes, sir.
small r1 plus capital R1 is equal to R2 R3 by R4. That means R1, that is the unknown resistance of self inductance, is equal to R2 R3 by R4 minus small r1. What is the small r1? Is the variable resistance that is connected in series with the unknown inductors. And if you equate the imaginary part, हाँ बोलो.
No, sir. No, inductor. अभी आप unknown बोले ना sir.
Unknown, यहाँ r1 क्या है? r1 कहाँ connected है? r1 यहाँ पे connected है. ये r1 है.
सीरीज से कनेक्टेड है इंडक्टर के साथ. Yes, sir.
हाँ. So that means what is R1? Capital R1. What is capital R1? It is the unknown resistance of self-inductance. You know,
Yes.
one inductor have their inductance plus their internal resistance. Because one inductor is made from a coil or any copper coil, so they have some internal resistance. So that means their internal resistance R1 we have to measure in terms of standard resistance R2, R3 and R4, and with a variable resistance R1. Okay, and if you equate the imaginary part, then unknown self inductance L1 is equal to C into R3 by R4, bracket start small r into R2 plus R4 in plus R2 into R4. Any doubt?
No, sir.
So what is the advantage of the Anderson bridge? So Anderson bridge, in case adjustment are carried out by manipulating control over small r1 and r, they may become independent of each other. That is marked as superiority over sliding balance condition with the low quality factor with the Maxwell bridge limit. A fixed capacitance can be used instead of the variable capacitor in case of the Maxwell bridge. So you know it is a modification of Maxwell's inductance bridge. So in the Maxwell's inductance bridge we use a variable capacitor, yes or no? In Maxwell's inductance capacitance bridge, we used variable capacitor, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So variable capacitor are much more costly as compared with the fixed capacitor. So in the Anderson bridge, we have replaced variable capacitor with the fixed standard capacitor. Okay, and we have measured a self inductance in terms of its variable standard capacitor. So that means we have to replace the variable capacitor with the help of a fixed capacitor. So there is an advantage of Anderson bridge over you can say over Maxwell's inductance capacitance bridge. Again, there is a two variable resistance. First one is small r1 and second one is small r2. So if you vary r1 and r2, then you can measure because what is the value of quality factor? That means quality factor is equal to omega L1 by R1. So there is a two factor dependent on the value of R1 and R. R1 is a variable resistance connected in series with the unknown inductance, and R is the variable resistance connected in series with the standard capacitance. So by varying two variable resistance, you can measure a self-inductance having a wide range of quality factor. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Because there is again, what are the disadvantages? So the Anderson bridge is more complex than the prototype bridge. The balance equation are not simple. In fact, are more tedious. So if you compare the expression of L1 and R1 in compare with the Maxwell's inductance bridge, Maxwell's inductance capacitance bridge, J bridge. So the expression of L1 and R1 is more complex or tedious as compared with the other method. Okay, so there is one disadvantage, and second one, the additional junction point increase the difficulty of shielding the bridge. So there is one connecting point between the resistance and capacitance. So there is a we have to create a seal point. So there is increase in the seal point. Now I will discuss. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Please write down the bridge circuit diagram in your copy so that I can explain the phasor diagram of the Anderson bridge. Please write down.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
सर सर्क्यूट डायग्राम कंप्लीट कर लिए.
Okay. So now I will discuss the phasor diagram of Anderson bridge. So better you have to draw phasor diagram of Anderson bridge. Hello. So first draw
Sir.
a reference. Yes. Hello. Bolo.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first draw a reference line, that means I1. Now in the that means E1 is equal to I1 into R1 plus small r1. Yes or no? Just wait.
Yes, sir.
So E1, that means this part in phase with the that is I1 into capital R1 plus small r1. Okay, so in phase with the I1. Any doubt? Now there is a plus j omega I1 into L1. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So next is okay. तो ये क्या है, I1 omega L1. Any doubt? Any doubt? L1. So I1 into R1 plus small r1 plus J into I1 into omega L1 is equal to hello, equal to E1. Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Yes, what doubt?
Yes, sir, even.
Okay, any doubt?
No,
No
sir.
doubt. Okay. Again, so again, a voltage drop across third arm. That means I1 into R3. Yes or no? So let's draw.
Yes, sir.
Suppose, so this part, that is E1 is equal to that is E1 is equal to E3 is equal to I1 R3. Okay, and at balance condition E3 must be equal to
E4.
not E4, voltage drop across capacitor.
Capacitor.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir, capacitor.
Yes, that means IC divided by J omega C.
Omega C.
Any doubt? E3 is equal to I1 into R3 must be equal to voltage drop across
Capacitor.
So if the voltage drop across capacitor in phase with the I1, then IC must be in leading with the I1. Yes or no?
Yes, sir, 90 degree.
Yes. So this part is the IC. Any doubt?
No, sir.
No. Okay. And just wait. Okay. Then I2. First we have to draw. So IC into R. Hello, I'm audible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, and you know that means the voltage drop across small r plus voltage drop across capacitor must be equal to voltage drop across R4, that means E4. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So IC mean voltage drop across capacitor and that means voltage drop across small r. Small r कहाँ पे है हमारा? Small r in phase with the I4 होगा. Yes or no?
रेफरेंस साइन में आएगा.
ये तुम्हारा हो गया IC into R. IC जो है वो 90 डिग्री लीड कर रहा है, तो यहाँ पर भी लीड करेगा. यस और नो? तो इस दोनों का, तो यहाँ ये कौन सा वोल्टेज ड्रॉप है? ये कैपेसिटर का वोल्टेज ड्रॉप के बराबर है. यस और नो?
यस सर.
और ये वाला वोल्टेज ड्रॉप अक्रॉस स्मॉल आर वो इसके साथ इन फेज होगा. सो इस दोनों का फेजर सम किसके बराबर होगा? इस दोनों
सर
का
वो
फेजर
ऐसे लेंगे, उसके बाद दोनों का हम लोग पैरेलल में
इस
करेंगे।
दोनों का